POV, ordering a custom Charles Ancona.
Welcome to Charles Ancona. Can I help you?
Yeah, hi, I wanted to order a coat.
Cool, yeah. So do you do the hunters, the jumpers, or definitely not the eck?
Yeah, I do the hunters.
Awesome. So yeah, we've got this like really nice navy one. It's really popular right now. A lot of people like it. It's like $5,000.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I thought maybe I could, you have so many options, I could just custom order one.
Yeah, sure. We can do that too. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so I love this kind of navy color. I was just wondering, do you have anything maybe something I could add to it?
Yeah, well, a lot of times what people like is this charcoal suede on the collar and on the pockets.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Do you have any other customizations I can do?
Well, I mean, we're gonna measure it so it's gonna fit you perfectly. Looking at you, you're gonna need definitely a wider shoulder and probably a wider hip. But yeah, that's part of what we do.
Okay, yeah, I was also thinking it might be nice to have is there a little flare I could do, maybe some small subtle sparkle somewhere. Yeah, I don't want the judges to see it, but I want to be able to see it when I'm walking around and also in photos, but I also kind of don't want my trainer to see it because they'll probably get mad at me.
Right.
But also I was thinking what are your thoughts on the kind of navy that's it's not a black, but it's not a blue, it's kind of in between. Do you have something that's a little a more unique navy that I could do? Do you have something, maybe a French navy or kind of with some gray?
Well, we've got gray coats.
No, I definitely don't want gray.
Okay, yeah.
What are your thoughts on purple, this purple color?
I mean, it's fine if you like that.
No, forget it. I don't want to do purple, but is there something I could do on the back to make sure people know it's a Charles Ancona?
Yeah, no, I get asked that a lot. That's a good question. So we have something that goes under where your number would go.
Right, but when I have my number on, how are people going to know this is a Charles Ancona when I'm showing?
Well, I guess
Can I get one on the arm or higher up or something?
Definitely, that's another $1,000, but we can definitely do that.
Okay, and then for the pockets, I wear an air vest, so I guess you wouldn't really see the pockets underneath it.
Right.
But I was still wondering, do you have a nice ostrich or suede or something, really nice leather that I can put on the pockets, even though they really won't be seen?
Yeah, I can check with my manager.
Is your manager Charles? Okay, well, I'm really excited. Do you know how long it's going to take?
Yeah, well, these are all made at our factory, handmade in New York City. And first we have to get the thread from Italy. So it'll probably be 2024. Is that okay with you?
I mean, I guess.
Okay, well, that sounds great. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, can I get a free swag, a hat or a saddle pad or something? What your saddle says about you. If you own a butte, you live in Florida, and you own a mini horse that you teach lots of tricks to. You only do hunters. If you own a CWD saddle, you drive a Porsche 911, you have definitely been arrested, and your spirit animal is a bull. If you own a Voltaire, you're super into yoga, you always give chiropractic treatments to your horse, and you are also purchasing a Beamer blanket of your own so you can treat your horse. If you own a Bevel, this is your mom's old saddle from her glory days. She's currently an assistant trainer at a pretty well-known hunter-jumper barn, but she stays home with the clients when everyone else goes to horse shows. And if you have a Pessoa, you still do the ponies, and your parents still think you're going to grow out of horses someday. Spoiler alert, you're not. If you have a Devaku, you are definitely watching Emily in Paris season 3. You love going to France. You've been known to wear a beret from time to time, and you go every year to shop for your horses in Europe. If you have a Wintec, you live in some kind of Virginia suburb. You keep your horses at home, and you love the Twilight series. You do a little fanfic on the side. If you have a Bruno Delgrange, you do the high jumpers. You love wakeboarding and snowboarding, and you've been known to ride your horse without a bridle. If you have an Hermes saddle, you only bought it because it seemed like a lot better of a deal than a Birkin bag, and you definitely have an Hermes scarf framed in your house. If you have a Steuben, you used to do dressage, but then you got tired of going in circles, so you switched to the hunters. Your trainer is 75 years old and has wiry gray hair, and you've never once fallen off. If you own a Tag Coffin, you do your own braiding, and you sometimes take your horse out schooling on cross-country fields. And if you own this Gucci saddle, you're either Alex Earl or Bella Hadid. Get out your whiskey barrel planters and put on your golden goose. It's time for your Pin Oak starter pack. Pin Oak is a charity horse show that happens for 3 weeks every spring in Katy, Texas, which is right outside of Houston. So a lot of people come to it both all across Texas and also outside of Texas. So let's get down to business with your starter pack. First up, you're going to need a lot of cash because none of the food vendors take credit cards. You're showing in the Grand Hunter Arena. Congratulations, you can jump at least 3 feet high. And you will fall off at least once due to your horse spooking at either the hospitality suite or the gardeners. If you're showing in the Telepsin, you're either a child or a re-rider like myself, doing like the long stirrup or something. If you're riding in the sand ring, you're in for a real treat. It's been totally renovated, which means your horse will probably spook the whole time. Now I know the weather forecast looks amazing, but you're going to want to bring a Helly Hansen rain jacket, a down puffer coat, and your whatever vintage show coat you have, because the chances are likely that it will both pour down rain, be freezing cold, and also extremely hot during the 3 weeks in Houston. You're staying in a lovely Marriott property, maybe the Element, look how beautiful it looks, or maybe this freshly updated Residence Inn. Either way, do not leave anything in your car because it will be broken into. Trust me, twice my car has been broken into in Houston. You'll definitely go get a massage in one of these chairs and spend like 20 minutes talking to the guy that's trying to sell them with absolutely no plan on actually buying one, but it'll feel really nice. Who's this guy? That's Randy. He's the guy that rents all the golf carts at the Great Southwest Equestrian Center. By the way, the Great Southwest Equestrian Center is Southwest, but not always great. Just keep that in mind. You're going to get stuck in traffic on Mason Road at least twice and get really stressed out about missing your class. But also, you're going to spend that time thinking about that horse named Mason that you rode once. Maybe you tried him out and then didn't go very well. And what happened to Mason? Did he die? I don't know, but you'll think about Mason, the horse. You're going to take one of these pictures, with the trees. It's really pretty. You've got to do it. Also, don't forget the popsicle days. You'll sign up to get your horse's photos taken for charity and try to take secret ones that you can print out yourself. Not that I did that. You'll definitely take some selfies in front of a wall that looks like this. Your horse's tent stall will be broken in at least 3 places, and the door is going to be very hard to open, but don't forget, it's the Great Southwest Equestrian Center, okay? It's great. The last horse show you rode at was WEC, and you just killed it there. And you're definitely going to want to see whatever new horse Lynn Walsh has that Peter Pletcher is riding, because you know it's going to be gorgeous. There's going to be like one song that becomes like iconic for Pin Oak. It'll always remind you of Pin Oak 2023. I can't tell you what song that is yet because Pin Oak 2023 hasn't happened. Last year the song was As It Was. What that horse show golf cart dog is really thinking. What part of designer dog did these people not understand when they got me? I was not supposed to be anywhere near this much dirt. I'm hypoallergenic. Look at all these allergens around me. Horses, flowers, the wind. I'm sure they put like this fan up for me so it blows in my fur and cools me down, but really, I can't even see what I'm doing here. And these horses, they think they're nicer than me? My mom was a famous doodle, and her mom too. All these people talk about is the indoors and Devon. I got 2 words for you. Westminster. So yeah, like 3 years ago, I jumped off the golf cart and ran away. Like it's a problem. I mean, listen, I was in a hurry. Things were happening. Things were moving quickly. There was a piece of food, and I saw the food. But then I saw that there was also a bird. And all these horses, they don't like the birds, but I love the birds. So I decided I'm going to jump off. But the problem was the golf cart was still moving. And there was also a horse in the way. They weren't very happy about that. So what they ended up doing was they built me this amazing bed, which like, do I look like I need a bed? I don't really need a bed. I mean, I'm fine. But the bed wasn't enough to keep me still. I mean, a rolling stone, So then they put this lead rope on me. A lead rope. Not even a leash. They built me this amazing bed, and then they put me on a lead rope. Like I'm a small pony. Anyway, ever since then, I just sit here, and I just keep track of all the birds, no matter what happens. There's 13 over there right now. Yeah, I counted. How'd I end up here? Last I checked, I was in a cage. Running down the street, someone grabbed me. Scary thing. And they brought me here. Now I get to lay here all day. Wait till my cousin hears about this. As I've explained before, I'm very busy. I had a grooming appointment at 3:30, and it just took forever. I don't know why everything in Florida is so slow. The traffic, the drivers. Anyway, I got groomed, then I needed to go to my dental appointment, which, I'm not a big fan of it, but I don't really remember it. Then I needed to go and pick up some toys. And the toy selection just wasn't great. So I think I'm gonna have to hit up a couple other spots after this. Anyway, I've been super slammed. This whole circuit. Like, is it the summer yet? Look at that dog. I hate that dog. What a tacky golf cart too. Pretty sure that dog drugs its horses. I'm just really hanging on by a thread here. The last thing I want to see is that dog showing up at this horse show. Yeah, we got history. POV, your trainer when you come out of the end gate. So how did we feel about that? The first jump, let's back up. You needed more, not too much, but a little more. Remember in the warm-up when you didn't have enough? You needed more then. You also needed more in the ring. Yes, I know there was a bird. No, I don't think that bird scared your horse because your horse wasn't scared. The line was pretty if you were trying to do the ad. Maybe next time, some leg. Both legs. Or less hand. Maybe try those two things together. Your eyes were up because you were looking at the bird, right? Okay. So I think maybe instead look at something else next time. Outside leg. Yeah, you always need the outside leg. Even when you're going to the left, yes, that would still be the outside leg. It would just be the other leg, the right leg. Oh, so you thought outside leg was just always your left leg? Okay, we'll fix that. No, there's no warm up. Yes, so this is your second trip. Well, let's talk about the rest of the classes when we get through this, okay? Oh, okay, yes, you need water. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll fix their pom-poms in a second. No, I don't think they're getting nervous about the bird. Yeah, I think the bird's fine. Okay, so before you go back in, what are we going to try to do? Yep. Inside, outside, inside, single oxer. Okay, and what do we need to do? Squeeze with both legs, but also outside leg, which is the opposite of the inside leg. And yeah, don't look at the bird. Should we find something else to look at before you go in?
Here's your Horse Show Mom starter pack. I've really studied this so you don't have to. So the thing is, to be a Horse Show Mom, it's all about the layers. You've got to have at least 2 pieces of outerwear on at all times. If you think about it, it makes sense, right? You never know what the weather's going to be like at these horse shows. You never know how long you're going to be waiting. Are you in the car waiting? Are you under a tent waiting? Who knows? The other thing is that the more you layer, the more you can really show off that Horse Show Mom fashion. So you've got to have something going on, like a long button down. You've got to have a vest, maybe a trench coat, maybe a little short jacket. Just got to really layer it up. I mean, this is not out of the realm of possibility here. 2 trench coats, even better. If you can pull off some neutrals in this, that's a really good look. You know, you want a little black, a little white. Contrasting neutrals are great. The other thing is fleece or any kind of camo, or like a little bit more of a youthful vibe. Awesome. This is a look I've kind of seen was just like the Horse Show Mom that's a little boho rockabilly, like they love, like the Rolling Stones. They've got some graphic tees in the summertime. Maybe not the beret and definitely not the curls in the hair, but with these kind of layers that are a little bit more hipster, I've also seen that happening. Big horse show vibe in Florida I'm seeing is Sherpa, like fleece-lined Sherpa situations. I've seen a lot of horse show moms with this. It's a super luxe glam look. Also seeing some kind of like, I wouldn't want to call them cargo pants, but I'm definitely seeing those being sold, and the moms are loving it. And they have to be joggers. They can be cargo, but they must be joggers too. I mean, this look, this is like a simple, amazing horse show mom look. She's got this great kind of potentially weather, like wicking jacket, this like amazing second piece of outerwear, this like long duster, and then you do see a lot of these just like white tennis shoes, which is so perfect for like muddy settings. And then the turtleneck kind of crew situation. It's looking great. And of course, she's got a camera, although, I mean, let's just We're just gonna hire kind media, let's be honest. Okay, let's talk accessories. The Gucci Soho Disco bag, this is your bag. Like, that's what the horseshoe moms are carrying right now. Horseshoe moms also are really into sunglasses. Like, they go hard on the sunglasses and they go big. So, like, if their girls are going to be riding around in like $3,000 shad bellies, these moms are rolling up with the $1,000 sunnies. And I have to say, it's a great look. If they are wearing Golden Goose, which usually they are, they're going a little more neutral and understated. There might be some sparkle, but something more plain is usually the direction they head because it's very practical. Felt hats. Maybe some straw hats here and there, but felt hats, still going. Finally, a horseshoe mom doesn't go anywhere without a nice car. I mean, someone has to get these kids to Starbucks, get them to the horse show, take them to the tech shop, etc. So, GLS, G-Class, usually Mercedes of some kind. This is the horseshoe mom vehicle of the year.
What your show setup says about you. If this is your setup, you have a Tuscan villa style house in somewhere in Southern California. You love to go to the opera and also often the theater, and your horse's name is something along the lines of Frederic or Bougainvillea. If this is your show setup, you just love Home Depot. Like, you're one of those DIY, get it done on the weekends kind of people, even though you could have someone do it for you. You tip your grooms really well. Your horse loves to on trail rides. If this is your show setup, you are very type A. Everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be symmetrical. Everything needs to be black or white, even opinions. If this is your show setup, you have a second home in Tulum. You love EDM and dance parties and raves. You ride, but you're really terrified of it. You get very nervous before you ride, so you usually take some kind of gummy or something, like a calming aid to help you. If this is your show setup, you're a very practical person. You just want to get in the ring, get your job done, get out. You don't linger at the show, you don't watch other people. You're just there to get it done. People are kind of terrified of you in a good way. If this is your show setup, you vacation in Tuscany quite regularly. You love red wine, and your trainer is your best friend. If this is your show setup, you have a pool house and a pool boy that you kind of flirt with, but it's all harmless. You are really into fine art and go to a lot of gallery openings, and you definitely want to just travel the world as often as you can. If this is your show setup, you are also often golfing with your significant other. You really just love being outdoors. You are really into just being barefoot in the garden, chilling out. You definitely grew up riding ponies, and now you have some amazing horses, and you're definitely going to be having your kids ride. If this is your show setup, just go check out my Big X starter pack.
Here's your Pony Hunter starter pack. Your pony's name is Rolling Woods We Don't Talk About Bruno, or maybe like Farnley's TikTok, something cute, timely, and flashy. And also you make it swap in front of every oxer. Your saddle is this 15-inch Bruno Del Grange that has pink on it that your dad bought you that your trainer secretly hates. Speaking of trainers, you either ride with Patricia Griffith at Heritage Farm or Pegasus Show Stable, in which case you have the most amazing grooms in the country, or you ride at Sweet Oak, because maybe that's your family, in which case we'll be seeing you dominate all of the pro divisions in a few years. At horse shows, you only eat smoothies from whatever concession stand there is, or tempura sushi. You're hoping to buy your first shad belly at pony finals. Assuming you're not a trainer's kid or coming from some kind of family lifestyle where your whole family rides, you found out you loved riding horses when your parents put you on a pony ride on something that looked like this, and they had to keep paying money because you wouldn't get off the pony, which is what they're basically still doing. You have no less than $500 worth of Snacks Fifth Avenue treats in your trunk right now. You just got your first air vest because you're moving up to the larges soon. Aside from pony finals, obviously, the horse show venue you most want to go to this year is Lake Placid, so that you can go tubing on the lake during the day. You cried after your first pony medal class because you couldn't do the rollback and went off course. Here's your Hunter starter pack for 2023. If you don't show up into your junior Hunter classes with the Equiline Ash knee grip breeches, then you're probably not going to get a ribbon at all. I also know some people like these Sam Shield dowels, so maybe try them, but for me it's all about the Equiline. Your junior Hunter is a cute little bright bay. His barn name's something kind of cute like Spidey or Boop or something like that, but his show name is like VDL French mixed with German that no one can really pronounce and no one knows what it means. And your Hunter was most definitely imported by Chad Keenum. If you're on the West Coast, you ride with either Archie Cox at Bouclay or a Balmoral, obviously. If you're highly mobile and you don't live on like one of the big coasts, you're riding with Ashland. And if your parents work in oil and gas, or maybe were in politics at some point, you ride with Peter Pletcher. And again, if you are just really killing it on the Big X circuit and you're doing some hunters on the side, you're riding with North Run too. The horse show venue you most want to go to this year is Traverse City. The rest of you, I would say you're either mucking stalls and catching some big name trainers when you go to the big shows, or you ride with your parents because you're a trainer's kid. You won't show up to the barn without some kind of Starbucks iced drink, and you'll only drink about a third of it before you go to ride or do something, and the rest of it just melts away and you throw the rest out. You're going to need a designer belt. Everyone's got the Hermes, Gucci. In 2023, I think we need to see some different designers enter the ring. Would love to see some Valentino or maybe Dior. Please, can someone famous or influential in the hunter ring trot one of these out literally so we can all go buy one. If you don't have your driver's license yet, this saddle pad was on the top of your Christmas list. And if you do have your driver's license, you definitely got something from Golden Goose. You ride in a Sam Shield, and literally no one will be able to change that about you.
How I feel about certain design choices with little to no explanation. Yes. Yes. Absolutely not. For me, this one's 50-50. 100% no. Yes, and I don't care that it's impractical. I hate these. I think I might hate this even more. Yes, of course.